Okay. We're finally there. It's like game day Wednesday, March 9th. We have NADA, but we're going to get back to some regular news today because we've been NADA all week and we got more to go.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see.
I know. A lot of NADA talk this week. Let's get the pounds going. Well, most of you don't know. If you haven't tuned into the live stream, like when it starts, we have like a minute of the most like chill spa-like music playing.
Easy.
Countdown timer. It's 30 seconds, actually. It goes really quickly, but it really just helps get in the zone for a minute. Like just center yourself.
The whole mood kind of gets your day. It's like, okay, I can do this. And then all of a sudden, boom, we drop the beat.
You got us yelling at in your face. Oh, man. So today is like boots on the ground day for so many. Thousands of people in automotive are in Las Vegas or on their way to Las Vegas to prepare for the first day of the festivities tomorrow at Thursday. So if you're doing that, safe travels. If you're not doing that, which is most of you, look, pay attention to us. We're going to give you all the NADA coverage. So
you can be literally everywhere. It's going to be great.
It's going to be everywhere. It's going to feel like we're everywhere. And we're going to do our best not to get kicked out. And, they say it's not a party until the cops show up. So
exactly. Hopefully you don't get tired of us. I told my wife how much content we were already planning. And she was like, people are they going to get tired of seeing your faces? I was like, oh no, I think we'll be all right. We'll be good. There's enough content on the internet that.
Are you tired of seeing my face, babe? She's like, yes, that's exactly. That's different. So, we're gonna talk about the NADA show. Go to ASOTUNADA.com. You can see all the scheduled live streams there. We're gonna do multiple live streams a day. We're gonna do a little anchor man in the office, man on the street with the microphone. Like it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna give it our best effort. And if you can count on anything, is that it's probably gonna be unlike anything you've ever seen before.
That's the goal. Hey, look, if we started out a year-end extravaganza with a live band, you better believe we're coming in hot for NADA. So it'll be fun.
I'll try to find a band, find some bucket musicians or something like. Get over
here. Round them up. Let's go. Tomorrow morning you could be or Friday morning. You should go get a street band on Thursday night. Tell them, hey, look, you need to be here. In front of the NADA sign on Friday morning at 8 a.m. We're going to bring it in. And you got
That's a good idea. I have to bring like $100 bill with me and just be like, this is yours if you show up, and just rock it like you're rocking it right now. We'll see what we can do. Oh, we've been so much NADA news this week. So I know it could maybe get a little exhausting or maybe you're really excited, but either way, we thought it would be good to just let's talk about some news. Yeah. Yesterday, GM, Mary Barra said, hey, we're very confident in our procurement team. We're very confident that we're going to be able to secure the nickel supply that we need for the next 3 to 5 years to do all the things that we're talking about doing and we want to do, which is obviously a little reassuring. She didn't say how they're going to do it.
Right. So, especially on the news a couple of days ago where it was like, hey, could get dicey. We've got, one of the largest nickel providers we talked about on the podcast supplying 40% of the world's access to whatever I can't even remember the
palladium.
Name of the palladium, right? And so, kind of an interesting take for GM to just kind of go, nope, we're gonna be all right. But hopeful there.
Is it like the general CEO rallying the troops? Be like, calm down, everybody. We're gonna be fine. I have no idea how we're gonna fulfill it. Everything's gonna be fine. We have a great team in place. You don't worry about it. All you worry about is don't sell.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
So we'll see what happens. And we don't know. Look, maybe we'll catch up with Mary Barra at NADA, and we'll put one of those stickered up microphones right in front of her, like, ma'am,
tell me about, right? Yeah. No, I think it's actually really interesting to just see, because we've never had to deal with energy challenges when it comes to EVs. And you and I have had this
No.
question a lot, right? But we deal with oil energy challenges, right? When there are conflicts internationally, or can we drill, can we not, all that type of stuff. And this is kind of that first, well, Elon for a couple years has been saying, we need more metals, right? But now that all the manufacturers are jumping in, going, EV is the future, EV is what we're doing,
demand's way up.
The dependency on these metals is so much higher. The demand is up. Plus, we have the first kind of quote unquote energy crisis around that because of the conflict. It's going to be really interesting to see how a lot of these kind of either politicize it or, jockey for position or resource from other places where they go and find these things, because it's necessary to complete these plans that they put in place for, you guessed it, the year 2030, right? Because everyone's doing it.
Everybody's going to dominate by 2030. I'm really concerned. I mean, you and I have talked about a lot of things around EVs, one of which, where's the power to charge them? But this is a whole nother level. It's like, where are the materials coming to get there? Now, fortunately, or maybe it's an education issue, right? We're very educated. Like, we know how we get gasoline, right?
Yes, exactly.
It's a very simple equation. This is where the oil is. This is how you get it out of the ground. This is how you get it to the cars. This is how you transport it around. This is the timeline from when, you pull it out of the ground to when it can power something. Batteries, much longer timeline, much more complicated process.
Right.
We know much less about it. And I don't know. I'm concerned that the momentum, we don't reconsider things right now when we're really far away, to say, like, let's just make sure we're set. Because imagine right now, 50% of all vehicles we're relying on are EVs. This is a major issue. This isn't like we just can't power them. This is like we just can't make them, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And thinking, just in Russia alone, right? 8% of the U.S. oil capacity is from Russia, right?
Yep.
But 40% of the world's palladium is from Russia.
The world.
That's a totally different number, right?
Big difference, right? So, I mean, obviously, it was good to hear somebody mention it and say, like, hey, we have some confidence. How much confidence? We'll see. We'll see. She seems great.
I feel like we're really in Wednesday right now, because we're like every third frame is like, I don't know. If you're watching the video, you know exactly what we're talking about. If you're listening, you might be thinking, guys, these guys are really headed to NADA. They are a little bit sideways. They've been knee deep in spreadsheets for 2 weeks, and they don't know how to get out.
Feel a little.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about two fun things. I don't know if you knew this, Kyle, but I totally missed that Apple had an event yesterday.
Oh,
I don't think that
did I know this? Oh, please. Every email is signed up for the Apple events. I knew it was coming. I watched the second half an hour as I was finishing lunch. There was nothing like mind-blowing, right?
Thing.
Did you?
The entire thing. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what happened till later, and I was like, "Oh, there's an Apple." Oh, what? I don't know. I guess they're more important.
It's kind of interesting because they haven't really come out. The M1 chip came out a year and a half ago. They announced it, and since then it's just been like, and we're putting the M1 chip in this, and we're putting the M1 chip in this, right? And so it's just that's kind of been the general theme of this. Or hey, and we're making a smaller, cheaper version of what we already have, right? So that's the majority of what happened yesterday. So, but still, they put on a masterclass. They just continue to put on a masterclass for the keynote speech, like how to go about advertising, creating the energy around it. We actually put in the email this morning that there was a leaked Mazda, the new, I can't remember. It's the 60, the CX60 or something.
There was a 6 in the number.
Yeah, so it's a like luxury style SUV, but there was a leak right out there, and we've been talking about a long time. Steve Jobs and Tim Cook have always been
leaking.
Yeah. It's like, is it really leaked, or was that somehow in that place because they wanted it to be, right? So they just put on a masterclass for marketing and brand energy and all of that. So that's why I love following it. Whether or not they drop something massively new, they just put a masterclass on for wrapping around everybody into that energy and environment.
I think like real studio nerds, or our people around the agency, around Congruent, it's like they did release a new version of the M1 chip. And it's like one of the big announcements from my perspective was they announced, what the heck's it called? Mac Studio. Mac Studio or
Yes.
Mac Studio. And basically it's bigger than a Mac Mini, right? But it's like if you stack like 2 Mac Minis on top of each other, it's like that size, but it's like it's a workhorse. It's got an M1 Ultra chip, which is the new version of the M1. You know, and it's really built around like creators and makers, people that use Premiere a lot or heavy duty. It can power like 4K monitors, a production mindset. And, you know, they have this new 27-inch display. What else with it? New iPad. It's probably iPad with an M1 chip. And,
and the little brick, it's only $2,000. So, you know,
that's it. That's it. This little brick. My phone is $2,000.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of use it for more. They also, I think, finally they're bringing 5G technology to like the smaller phone, like the iPhone mini. So, you know,
which is necessary. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially now that all the 5G's on. I haven't heard of any plane incidents. Kyle, have you?
No, I haven't. Now they still haven't come to all. I think it's this summer that they have like a break on some of the major airports, but in all the others, nothing. Right?
Yeah. Not on one. Right? It was like it was selling the news for weeks. Like
this is like Y2K all over again.
No, my mother-in-law was calling me. She was like, "Oh my gosh, you're traveling. What are you gonna do?" I'm like, I'm pretty confident that those pilots are not gonna try to get in that plane if they really think it's gonna be an issue. Like, there's no like United Airways taskmaster and be like, "You will fly that plane." You know what I mean?
Exactly. Those guys are not going in the air. Exactly. Yep.
So
yeah. So we'll see.
Okay. Last one today.
I'm most excited about this one. So this was crazy because I knew about this yesterday at 9:30 in the morning. Right. And then I didn't
inside track.
Yeah, because I have an inside track. We have a Slack group and all around soccer. And so you put this in the show notes, and I was like, oh my goodness, we're going to talk about it. This is so cool. So
I was like a Scooby snack for Kyle. I was like, I'm putting this in the show notes.
So good. So Nashville SC, my hometown soccer team, announced yesterday that they were going to take Bitcoin only from Valkyrie Investments, right? So to be a sponsor, which is pretty cool because Valkyrie is a crypto-based trading platform. And so the club actually said, yeah, cool. We'll take Bitcoin as your payment for our sponsorship. So there's a lot of energy around Nashville for that. You know, we've seen that in, you know, NBA and like the big five as far as the sports are concerned, but for it to come to soccer and specifically for me to see crypto come local, I'm pumped.
It's awesome. And Nashville's just always doing cool stuff. And Kyle was just showing me like a couple days ago. He's like, I got to show you this. And it's like an insider's photo, like from inside the stadium, someone snapped the new grass that they just installed. And so I'm excited this season. I'm going to get out to Nashville and go to a game and figure out what this soccer club thing is all about. Cause I didn't grow up in soccer, on soccer, around soccer. But I feel like a growing affinity for it.
It's your people. I'm telling you right now. It's your people.
I believe it. I'm easily excitable. And
if you're the kind of guy that rolls up in a pirate ship out front of NADA, you're a soccer kind of guy.
Dude, I'm going to come to a game with you and I'm going to lose my voice like I've always been a Nashville SC fan. That's just how that's how I roll at sports, man. I'm in it for the home team. Unless, you know, it's an Eagles thing. But aside from that, I'm in it for the home team and we'll go. Oh man, I think that's enough for Wednesday. There's a lot to do today.
We had some sideways times on a Wednesday morning, but there's a lot to do today. There's a lot of people traveling. Again, like we said, stay safe. And we definitely keep an eye out, ASOTUNADA.com, and we'll make sure and keep you updated on everything that's happening through the week out in Vegas.
Yeah, we will. Well, we hope to make enough content that you get sick of our faces. That's when we know our job here is done. Until then, you got to tune in next time to see us one more time.